Got everything out, I believe. Got everything out of the way, I believe. It is time to say bye-bye to the hangar. Oh, it feels weird that it's gone. Oh, it feels so weird that it's gone. Okay, it's got to go. All right. Charger may have to go, but I'm hoping it will stay. Let's see here. We'll get rid of the light as well. Put in a new one. And then we'll move those two pieces of equipment, and then I'll figure out where I'm going to put the shed. All right. Oh, making me nervous. It all making me nervous. So except for the asphalt, there is nothing left of the old airport. It is all gone. All right, guys, I finally made a decision. Check this out. Get this beautiful little open face barn here. Park up our equipment in there. And over here on the back side, although it's not angled in the perfect angle, got a little bit of a solar as well, just like we had on the front. It's a little bit larger. Doesn't fully come all the way here to the end. So I've got it butted up down here on this end. I thought it looked pretty good. Butted up down here. The barn fit in really well. I can put it right up behind the charger. So that's awesome. So we can park the little tractor in there. Then we've got a nice little outlet going on there as well. Over here, we also went ahead and installed fish tank number 5. Here is fish tank number 5 with its windmill. All right, my friends, there's our new farm layout. We've got 5 fish tanks. We have our production silo. We have our farm productions. We have our flower greenhouse. We have our multi-crop greenhouse. We have our outside greenhouse. We have chickens. We have a solar covered shed. We have a red shed. We have all of our equipment stored except for our dirty equipment that's setting out beside the silo. Looking pretty good. Like it. Looks pretty good. We've got a lot more silage that we can take and make some more money. Currently sitting at $93,000 in the bank. I'm going to run around and check and make sure everything is in good order. I know we've got to put some mineral feed and some soybean and some other things into the fish. And I know we have got a couple of productions that are currently out of materials, which is okay. I'm going to go around and check to make sure we got plenty of water, plenty of seed, plenty of lime, and everything that we need to have up and running. And I'm going to get those daily chores done. Okay, gang, I've lost my mind on this one, but I was having some fun. So let me show you what all I've done. So obviously we got our house up here. Went and got the truck, obviously. I put the fence row in like I was thinking about. I really like the stone pines, so I actually went and got some more stone pines and planted them along the road here. The road comes down. I was going to go all the way across, but once I had it kind of established, I didn't really like it. So I went back and left the road where it was before. Let me introduce you to our new garden area. We are actually growing some olives and growing some grapes. So olives and grapes, that is not up and running as of yet. It needs some materials, lime, fertilizer, seed, and we will get some of that. But I also re-ran the fence across like we had before. So the fence goes up that way and comes down this way. And then I planted some more stone pines all the way down the road. I thought that would look pretty cool. So nothing really changed in this area. Coming across, I did get rid of the fence out front and kind of shorten the fence up and kind of bring it in up and around the tractor, and a couple more stone pines back there just for fun. Okay, the other thing that I did is I got rid of the blue water barrel that was back here. It was kind of in the way. Once this tree is fully grown, I'm going to cut it out and have a little cut through right here. So what I did is I put in a bigger barrel instead of the blue one. I put a green one in over here. Should reach, seems to right now, so that seems to be in good order. Put all of this equipment back here, as you saw. The next thing that I did is to ensure that we had a little bit of more passive income, I did put us in a nice little pathway going up and around and through into our property back to a nice little bungalow that we can currently rent out. Just one right now. Got a little bit of concrete pad down here and the little bungalow sets up here on the hill. Thinking another one down there one day and another one or two down there. It's kind of thinking if I could do 1, 2 down there and 2 down there, that'd give me 5 in total up here, and that would be a nice bit of income coming in. But looks like that's going to work out fantastic. I love the way that looks. Love that little path going up through there. I think it's pretty cool. All right, last thing on the list that I did as well is I went up and got our seeds, brought our seeds and dropped it into here, as well as put in a wash station so we can finally clean up some of this nasty equipment. All right, the only thing left that I haven't done as of yet was put some lights out here, but as of now, this is our total new view of the property and the farm. Get up here on the hill and give you a good look here. Here we go. Looks amazing. I like it. I like it a lot. All right. I need to get that production up and running, which is the new greenhouse or the new garden area. So let me get the new garden up and running. And once it's done, we will call it a night and get into January. Oh, wow. So we had 7,900 in production cost and 9,000 in property income. We finally are positive on our passive income for the property. Oh, that is fantastic news. Okay, quick little gander around, see what we got. Nice old potatoes, sugar beets, and what do we got here? Sorghum. Ooh. Sorghum is going over into the chickens. Nice. That puts us back over 4,000. All right. Like it. I like it. I like it. Oh, we didn't produce anything? Seriously? Yeah, I get that it's January and it's cold, but man, we didn't have any productions out of there. What we got going on here? We've got double sugar beet. Did I just fill the one box with the box? Oh my God, that's hilarious. Well, obviously it didn't lose any because it's still showing 2,000. Still hilarious. I think I like running them over by hand better. 5,600 oat drink, 6,000 flowers, 1,400 French fries, 2,100 soy milk, and 1,000 sugar. Let's see what this is going to make us. $32,000. $32,000. Like it. Some more drink. $3,800. All right, that was another 10 grand. Gives us 43,000. Not our best production month. Not too bad for it being January. All right, time for the fish. Very nice. Another 4,500-ish. $18,000. All right, price of fish have come down just a little. Last month we had 4,500 and we made 18,543. All right, we're going to make many a load of silage because silage today, I believe, is max price. Yep, 572 max price. So we are going to run all of our silage. That means we will do 24 loops. All right, gang. So I've run several loads of silage up to the farm shop, and I'm about done with this. So what I'm going to do is actually put the silage on distribution sale, or take distribution and put it on to selling instead of storing. And while this is dumping, we'll do that real quick. All right, so we are currently getting, let's see here, we are currently getting 577 per. So that means it's basically 0.577 cents. So just a little shy of 60 cents per liter. And with our current productions, we have 611,000 liters. So that means if you want to do quick math, 60% of that, if you do 50%, that'd be 300,000. So about 350,000, something like that. So if we change this mode over to selling, then it'll do a direct sell. Now, it will also, there is a cost penalty with that. It's a 10% penalty, but I've actually already changed that, so we won't get a cost penalty. So if we run this up right here, we should get somewhere between 360, 70, 380-ish, somewhere around 380 for it. So let's give that a try right now. So we're at 242. If we get 380, so we should be coming around the 618-ish range, somewhere like that. So it hits at the top of the hour. So let's go ahead and just run the time up here and get it to pop and see if we like it. All right, slow it back down a little bit here. 58, 59. Let's get back on our normal one. And it should pop here in just a second. Boom. There we go. I said 618, so we come in at 627. So I'm pretty happy with that. And if we look at our silage, we come down here and look at our silage, we should be at 0 silage now, and we are. So I'm going to change that back to storing so that anything we make going forward, we will be able to store it up. There we go. Going back to storage. All right. So out of the 30 some odd trips that I needed to make, I made 12 of them. The rest of them, we just sold it directly. But now we got our money. We got our money. We got our money. Okay, $627,000. Now we got to spend it. Got to spend it, right? The whole reason to make it is to spend it. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to expand and buy this additional piece of property down here. Now, the one that I was thinking about getting, which I think would be the easier of the two, which would be over here on the right-hand side. But what I was considering is if I get this piece of property, the one that we're currently on right now, so from our left-hand side will take us all the way over to where this field is. So that would give us a nice long field along the road here on the right. On the left-hand side, we have all this wooded area that we could do something with. We've got the hill there as well. And we can also take the field over here to the left, which is going to be our massive soybean field, and we could span that out to the road as well. So the only thing we have to kind of contend with is the woods and the hill, which I'm okay with the woods because we'll make $40,000-$50,000 off of that timber, so it's half of the price. So that would be great. And then we got these big rocks out here. So what we could do is we could make the field a little shorter and bypass these rocks, maybe go straight across here where that big rock is, cut across there, and then maybe up here we can put in some cattle or maybe some sheep or something of that nature. Don't really want to get too deep into animals. I was thinking maybe a sheep might be pretty good because we're already going to have tons of grass, but we'll get to cut all this grass this month while we really don't have anything to do, and we'll be able to cut this timber down, which again would be a way for us to make some money when we don't really have anything to do right now. So I think I'm going to get this piece of property that we're on right now. That will give us a very symmetrical look as well. We'd have the right hand side, the left hand side, and we'd have double tracks of both of those going forward. Our other option, of course, is to get the one way over here, and I love this track. I think this track is going to be an amazing track from a field point of view, because you basically have this big rock here on the left and a couple little trees, but that's it. It is just, I mean, up in the corner there on the right hand side, there's a few trees, but this is already flat. There's very little you'd have to do to it, and it goes all the way out to the middle of this little tree line as well. So you get a few trees there. We cut those trees down and then get rid of the stumps, and this would just be a massive field. So I really like this track over here. I will be getting this one someday soon maybe, but I think for the view that I have right now, I think I can accomplish everything that I want with the 6 tanks and by using this just track right here. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go buy this particular track. So that's the first thing we're going to do with our money. The second thing we're going to do with our money is we're going to put in fish tank number 6. That is our ultimate goal, is 6 fish tanks. I was thinking I might put it right here. It might impact that field a little bit. Might have to push that field back a little bit because I don't think it's going to fit well down here where the slope is. I think it's going to cut into the slope, but I'm going to play with it a little bit and see if it'll actually do that or not. So I'm thinking if I put it here, which is where originally I was thinking about it would go, it's going to cut into this hill too much and make kind of the nice smooth area we have right here for our yard kind of janky and bumpy and uneven, that kind of stuff. So I think I'm going to use the down at the end. I'm going to use that piece down there. Let's go buy up this piece of property. I'm so excited. Now, you could say, well, you want that other piece of property, why don't you buy that one as well? Well, here's the thing. We're expanding, we're getting larger, so we need bigger equipment. I'd like to get a bigger tractor. I'd like to get a bigger harvester as well. Now, both of those things are very expensive. I'm going to roll over to next month after we finish all of this and actually see if we can get something to pop in the used market. Here we want to get our matching piece of property, which is this one here. Here we go. Bam. Love it. All right, we got our piece of property. I actually want to go ahead and install the fish tank. Can't believe we sold up 1 million silage. That's just mind-blowing to me. Let's grab our production and grab our fish tank. Now see, we would eat up a little bit of the field, but see, it's nice and flush. There's no extra cost or anything with it, where if we put it down here, see how it's raised up here a little bit on the end? Now the tractor is in the way, but you can see how it's not laying in there flush, right?
because it's not laying in there flush, it'll terrace that automatically, and it'll dig its way into the mountain. It'll just make things nasty. So not going to do that. Get a little bit of room in between them. That looks pretty good right there. Boom. All right. Now onto our generators. We want to get our windmill here as well. Okay, windmill goes right in through here. Boom. Here we go. All right, let's take a look at it. Yeah, that looks good. I get plenty of room to get in between. And like I said, we stole a little bit of this field here, but that's okay. So what we can do in the future is we could just go ahead and cut this field off, like right here, for example. Cut that across there, make that the road, and then maybe we can expand this field up a little bit further at some point in the future. Or maybe we just keep the road here like I currently planned it. But I didn't know how much room I was going to need, so I just kind of eyeballed it, laid it out here. But there's nothing wrong with this. I like this a lot. I like this a lot. Now, up here, this hill, it's kind of steep right here. So I think terracing it down is going to be a bit of a challenge. But I think the next thing we're going to do is come in here and clear out all of this timber. Once we get this timber cleared out, then we're going to see what it might be like to flatten this a little bit, maybe continue this field over here and extend it, or whether it would be, better to use it for something else. Maybe put a sheep field out here, seeing how we already have lots of grass and we're about to harvest up a bunch more. We can have a nice little sheep field over there. And then, of course, we're going to get all this grass. We're going to cut down these trees and get all this cleaned up and get this turned into a field ready for our next season. Now, what I might do on this field, just for the fun of it, I may go ahead and plow it all up, get it ready to go, and turn it into an oat field, right? Turn this thing into an oat field. And then once we're done with the oats on here, maybe do this one as the wheat field, and then over here where we have the little fields, maybe the super small little one, maybe it goes away, and the one on the other side, maybe it becomes corn, for example. So I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with that right now, but super excited about having this new piece of property and what it looks like for us for a potential future. All right, let's get over here and get everything squared away and look to see if we have any productions that we need to take up. I don't think we do. We've already done all that for today. Oh, there's some new oat drink. The oat drink has been really profitable for us. That's the reason I was thinking about actually having a field of oats. Again, all the oats that we're doing is either coming off of our greenhouses or all the oats that we collected. So if we look at our current productions and we look at our oats, where our oat capacity is, let's see here. It'll be in here. And how much oats do we have? Oats. So we still got lots of oats, and we're making oat drink it's just absolutely insane how much oat drink that we've been making, because it's one oat with 10 water, and we've been putting the water in like crazy. So this is very, very profitable. So having one large oat field that we do for the season, and again, if we do oats, and the way the planting season goes for oats, if you look at here, so we're in January, we can do prep in January and February, and then March we can throw the oats in, and then in July we can pull the oats. And if we pull the oats in July, we don't really have an opportunity to plant anything other than canola or wheat or barley in the future. So again, we would have to think about whatever the oat field was becoming the new wheat field, which is basically what we did last time. And we could flip those over to our new wheat field. And I think that would be pretty cool. I think the new field as wheat would be pretty cool. And then when we pull the wheat off of the left-hand side here, and the small field in the back, which I think we're going to get rid of that small field. I don't know, now that we have space, we have to think about that. But right now we have wheat here in the left, right? So we got wheat there, and then we got wheat in the little field here on the right-hand side. So we could take both of these fields and convert these two smaller fields into something else, because then we would have a massive soybean field, a massive wheat field, then we're going to have a massive corn field. So corn, wheat, soybean, and then that would leave us with these two little fields, and then of course our grass field all the way up there. So I think that would be pretty good. These fields we could use to make our productions, and then if we decide to get into something else, like cattle, for example, we would at least be able to have the oats where we'd be able to pull the straw off of there and have that for the cattle at some point in the future. Now, that's not our goal. Not trying to do that. We're trying to make money so that we can have our fish farm. The fish farm is the key, but no reason not to think about how to expand for the future. All right. So we've got our land, we've got our fish tank, we've got our windmill in. So the next thing we have is working on this new land. So let's go do that. All right. I know you guys have kind of watched me cut down lots of timber before, so probably not going to be interested in this. I'm going to get over here, get this timber cut. I'm going to try to cut all the timber on the hill, and then I'm going to go out here into the field and get rid of all of those little trees as well. And like I said, my first one, which is one I've been wanting to get rid of ever since we bought this property, is this little guy right here. I don't know. Sometimes just things irritate me. This one has definitely been irritating me. And look, I can't even cut it. It irritates me so much.